offensive. INTJs have extroverted feeling as their so-called blind spot function. Typically, and this is more so when they are younger or less well developed, this results in a few traits or tendencies such as coming across as emotionally detached and stoic, being oblivious to social conventions. They can be blunt and lacking in tact. They tend not to read social and emotional cues from people very well. They don't like playing the social game. They're not concerned with maintaining harmony. And they find the idea of style over substance off-putting. Obviously, having all of those traits in combination will be quite extreme. Now, certain people, when they encounter someone like that, are obviously going to dislike them. Lots of INTJs I know have said other people have described them as rude, or arrogant is a very common word. However, another thing that I've noticed is that many times people don't actually care that much. This archetype of someone being blunt, straightforward, telling it like it is, and generally not caring what other people think or make of it, has become quite well known. Many of the well-known characters in fiction are quite like this, and they've become liked or loved because they are so refreshing in this respect. The point I'm trying to make is that the INTJ archetype is quite well liked. It's seeped into the popular culture. Someone that might be brilliant, intellectual, philosophical, but doesn't play this weird social game and can sometimes seem like an alien. People find that very endearing, and a lot of INTJs that I know of come across as being very charismatic, whereas being charming is more about getting people to like you. Being charismatic is drawing people to you for some reason. What INTJs can lack in charm, they can definitely compensate for in charisma. That doesn't mean that people encountering the INTJ bluntness in real life aren't going to struggle to wrap their heads around it. Like I've said many times before, even when you're aware of an INTJ in your life that is like that, it can still be extremely jarring and take you by surprise. Aesthetically unaware. I tentatively mentioned in a video quite a while back that I noticed INTJs have this tendency to want to wear the same outfit every day. Not the exact same outfit, but the same type of outfit. Almost like a signature look. In the same way that someone like Steve Jobs did, or Mark Zuckerberg. And I don't know which types they are. I just assumed it was because they didn't want to spend time thinking about something that is, in the broad scheme of things, quite pointless to them. It would just be an inefficient way to start the day, spending energy on something like that. I was very surprised in the comments when lots of INTJs, or people who knew INTJs, confirmed this. Despite this though, and despite having extroverted sensing as their inferior function, INTJs are definitely appreciators of aesthetics and are people who like to imbue the things they create with a lot of beauty. This can be in writing, art, music, photography, basically whatever they are interested in, which doesn't necessarily have to be a creative pursuit either. They can become perfectionists when it comes to something they are working on. It will have to look a specific way, the exact way that they envisioned it. In those moments, the visuals, the beauty of a thing is suddenly essential, yet in other areas, they don't seem to care. It's kind of a switch they can turn on and off. It's almost like when their SE is linked to one of their other functions, then it matters. But when it's simply existing in isolation, it doesn't matter hardly at all to them. Coldest humans. INTJs have a reputation for being, well, barely human. The problem they have is that they tend to show their affection by helping in a very specific way. They try to help you get onto the right path in life, to help you reach your goals, to set you up with the right systems, procedures, and ways of thinking. So if you're someone that doesn't have goals, or aims, or desires, then it's going to be difficult for them to offer you anything, which can in turn make them seem cold and detached. In reality, it's simply that some people, for want of a better phrase, aren't at a high enough level to appreciate the gifts they're trying to give. You can think of it like buying someone a musical instrument. The gift is only commensurate to the recipient's will to embrace it. INTJs aren't cold. They are passionate, with a slow-burning fire within them. They possess intense and deeply held values that they will both defend and advocate for in the best possible way by putting them into practice and living by them.